Hey everyone, welcome to our channel Ask Away. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a video. Today, we've got a funny story for you, and we're diving into a topic we all deal with. Why does coffee sometimes make you sleepy instead of waking you up? Trust me, this video is packed with cool info and some laughs. So if you've got any crazy coffee stories, drop them in the comments below. Picture this, my buddy, back when he was a high school freshman, had a big exam coming up and needed to stay awake to study. He'd heard coffee could give you a boost, so he decided to give it a shot. He ran to the store next to his house, grabbed a bag of coffee grounds and headed home. In the kitchen, he scooped a big spoonful of coffee into a mug, added some sugar, and poured in hot water thinking he was making tea or something. That was his very first cup of coffee ever. After drinking it, he felt like a superhero, studied like a champ and aced his test. But here's where it gets wild. When it was time to sleep, he went to his room, turned off the lights and crashed on his bed. But no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't close his eyes. His brain was buzzing like crazy, and he stayed wide awake until dawn. And get this, the coffee wasn't even fancy, just some cheap stuff, but it still kept him up all night. A few days later, he was chilling with his older sister, who's in college. She was stressing about her studies and said, "Man, I'm so tired, I need something to keep me up all night." My buddy, still hyped from his coffee experience, thought he had the perfect fix. He jumped up, went to the kitchen, grabbed a mug, threw in 2 big scoops of coffee and made his sister a strong cup. But guess what? She drank it and an hour later she was passed out, sleeping like a baby. My friend was shocked, like, how does someone drink coffee and just fall asleep instead of staying awake? Before we figure out why coffee can make you sleepy, let's break down how it's supposed to wake you up. Your body makes this chemical called adenosine, which is like a natural sleep aid. When you wake up in the morning, your adenosine levels are super low. But as the day goes on, it builds up in your system. By nighttime, when there's enough of it, it hooks up with these things in your brain called adenosine receptors. That slows down your nervous system and makes you feel relaxed and ready to snooze. Here's where coffee comes in, or really the caffeine in it. Caffeine is the magic ingredient. Its chemical structure is super similar to adenosine, so it sneaks in and grabs those receptor spots before adenosine can. When that happens, your brain doesn't get the chill out signal, and instead your brain cells get all fired up. You feel awake, focused, and like bedtime is nowhere near. This doesn't just happen with coffee. It's the same deal with tea, chocolate, or energy drinks that have caffeine. So if caffeine's so powerful, why do some people drink coffee and crash right after? There's a bunch of reasons, and we're gonna walk through the big ones. If you're drinking coffee every day, especially the same amount, your body starts to get used to it. Your brain's pretty smart. It starts making more adenosine receptors to deal with all the caffeine. That means there's more spots for adenosine to grab, and caffeine can't block them all. Over time, caffeine's effect gets weaker, and that's called caffeine tolerance. That's exactly what happened with my buddy's sister. She drank coffee all the time, so that cup didn't do much for her. But my friend, it was his first time, so the caffeine hit him hard and kept him up all night. To get your body back to feeling caffeine's kick, you gotta take a break from it for a week or 2. That lets your brain cut back on those extra receptors. Drinking too much, some folks think chugging more coffee will make them super awake, but that's a big myth. Caffeine stops adenosine from hooking up with receptors, but it doesn't stop your body from making adenosine. If you drink a ton of coffee in one go, that adenosine keeps piling up in your brain. When the caffeine wears off, all that built-up adenosine rushes in and hits those receptors hard, causing something called a sleep crash. Instead of being wired, you feel wiped out and might sleep longer than usual. Plus, too much caffeine can mess you up in other ways, like making your heart race, giving you a headache, or making your hands shaky. It can also mess with your adrenal glands, which pump out adrenaline, and that can leave you feeling more tired than energized. Studies say about 400 milligrams of caffeine a day is safe for most healthy adults. That's like 3 to 4 small cups of coffee. But you gotta spread it out, like 1 cup every 4 to 5 hours so your body can process it. And if you're drinking coffee with milk, like a latte or cappuccino, the proteins in the milk slow down how fast your body absorbs caffeine. That means it takes longer to hit your brain, so the wake-up effect isn't as strong. Plus, milk has stuff like tryptophan that can make you feel relaxed. So if you drink a latte and feel sleepy, don't be surprised. And if you load your coffee with sugar, your blood sugar spikes fast and then crashes, which makes you feel sluggish and kills caffeine's buzz. And if you're feeling under the weather, like you've got a cold or flu, coffee might not work as well. Your nervous system's already out of whack, so caffeine can't do its thing properly. Also, coffee's a diuretic, meaning it makes you pee more. If you're chugging coffee without drinking enough water, you can get dehydrated, and that makes you feel tired and groggy. Here's a cool fact: your DNA can affect how coffee works for you. Some people have genes that make their body break down caffeine super fast, so the effect wears off quickly. Others process it slowly, so they might feel jittery or wired for longer. That's why you and your friend can drink the same coffee and have totally different reactions. And when you drink coffee matters a lot. Caffeine takes about 5 to 6 hours to get halfway out of your system. If you're sipping coffee in the afternoon or evening, it can mess with your sleep cycle. You might stay awake for a bit, but it can keep you from getting deep sleep, so you wake up feeling like a zombie the next day. Not all coffee is created equal. The type of beans, how they're roasted, and how you make your coffee can change how much caffeine you're getting. For example, espresso has more caffeine per ounce than instant coffee. Even decaf coffee has a tiny bit of caffeine, but not enough to make a difference. And finally, do you want to make your coffee keeps you awake without backfiring? Here's some practical advice. Go for black coffee. If you need a quick boost, skip the milk or keep it minimal. That lets caffeine hit your system faster. Spread it out, stick to about 400 milligrams of caffeine a day and space out your cups, maybe one every 4 to 5 hours. Ease up on sugar. If you like sweet coffee, use just a little sugar or try honey to avoid a sugar crash. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water with your coffee to avoid dehydration, which can make you feel tired. Take a coffee break. If coffee's not working anymore, try cutting it out for a week or two to reset your body's sensitivity. Avoid late coffee. Have your last cup at least 6 hours before bed so it doesn't mess with your sleep. That's it. Who made it to the end? You're awesome. Drop a like, leave a comment, and tell us, does coffee keep you wired or does it put you to sleep? Got a funny coffee story? Share it below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.